Hey friend, Roger Christopherson here again with another first listen review, and about to babble about a band that I've done a lot of babbling about already. But before I get into that, I want to ask everybody to like, share, and subscribe to keep this music alive, because that is kind of like, I believe, how we do it. We talk about the music, the bands we love, what they're up to, keep the names out there, keep the music out there, and keep these bands alive. I didn't do any reviews at all last week because there was not a single thing that I thought was worth even getting on here and talking about. There's a couple that were okay, but I'm not on here to bash bands. That's really not my goal. So if there's something that I just don't like, usually, most of the time I will not talk about it. There's been a couple that I've mentioned, but generally I won't do that. But that's going to take a turn this week. There's a couple things that came out, a couple surprise ones during the week that I found too, so maybe I'll get to them. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, what I'm already going on and on about is Jethro Tull, and this is another one of their reissues and box set things that they've done. This is for jtull.com. This one's called Another Cast of the Net, a little box set. It's kind of a smaller one compared to what they've done with some of these other ones, but still there's some bonus stuff. The main thing I was interested in, of course, the bonus stuff, but this one was also remixed by Bruce Sword. He's kind of taken over doing the stuff from, what's his name there? Steven Wilson. Holy crap, my mind went blank there for a second. Bruce Sword from the Pineapple Thief is kind of taking over doing it. He did the last one we were talking about there. Brain is foggy today. Had a late night last night, and I'm already forgetting stuff. But he did the last one. Either way. But we're talking about jtull.com today. Originally released in 1999. I remember when this came out. I'm a huge Jethro Tull fan. It was late 90s, late 80s, early 90s is when I was really starting to get into Jethro Tull. Like Crest of a Knave was actually one of the albums I first got. And I just remember really loving that album. I know a lot of people, that have grown up listening to Jethro Tull didn't care for this era of the band. And I'll be quite honest, I did not get this album when it first came out. I was going to say, I remember getting like Hip Parader magazines, Rip, Circus magazines, all those. And they had a lot of ads in these magazines for jtull.com. I remember seeing it all the time. But I was really into the hair metal at the time. I was like, I'd sort of kind of grown into that, even though it was dying at this point in time, or dead almost. But I did not get this album when it first came out. In fact, it took me quite a while to get this album. It did not do well. It's probably the least well-received album ever. And, they changed their direction with this a little bit, although they did bring back live drums. Because as we know with Under Wraps, that's the name of the album, Under Wraps, they had done away with the drums. They did drum machines there, which a lot of people didn't like. So at least they brought back the drums for this one. And full band, Martin Barr still with them on this one, who I think between Ian and Martin, I just think that's the sound, my personal opinion. That's the sound of Jethro Tull. Not just Ian alone, but that's just my personal take on it. And this came out, and I don't know as it made any impact at all. And I remember getting it, and I went back to listen to this, and I couldn't think of a single song on here. I couldn't remember anything about this album. I hadn't listened to it, I don't think, since I first got it. So I may be thrown into that first category there, but I had been buying everything. And I know they were doing all these box sets. I've been buying all the box sets, getting them all, listening to everything all over again. And I knew they were talking about doing this one, so I withheld from going back and checking it out. And I waited till this came out, and I listened to it. And I skipped right over the original mix, because that's what this has, is the original mix, and then a complete remix, and then a CD3 is bonus tracks. It's the 3 CDs, and there's a Blu-ray in there as well. But went right to the remix because I don't know, I just didn't feel I know I like to do the A-B comparison sometimes. I did not do it with this one. I know it didn't do anything for me. I just wanted to go in with a fresh take. And that was my opinion on this one. I just wanted to go right to the remix, as though this was the first time I was going to listen to this, because quite honestly, this is almost like listening to a brand new album for me, because I could not remember anything on this. And I think that was probably the smart thing to do, because I actually enjoyed this album. I can understand after listening to it why it didn't do well. It's very mellow. The first actually 5 songs I would say on here, 4 songs on here were pretty mellow. Track number 4 is just the kind of little interlude. There's a few of those in here which I didn't remember. There's a couple little 1-minute songs in here that they threw in. Not sure what those. There was one here that didn't really serve any purpose at all, I don't think. But listening to it, the first 3 songs on here, mellow. I always like their style. I like Ian's phrasing and the way he sings. I just think it's interesting. The production on this is very modern. It was very even though this was in 1999, I feel like it had an earlier production, almost like a late 80s production to it. Very thin. Even the remix here, even though I could hear everything clearly, the guitars are just very subdued. The flute is right up front. There's a lot of flute in this album. If you're a fan of the flute, which Ian plays a lot of on here, you're going to be very happy, because there's a lot of flute on here. In case you haven't ever given this album a chance, there's a lot. And it's got it's kind of an interesting thing. It's got the more folky writing, I think, with the modern 80s production sound, at least to my ears, with Martin's 90s guitar sound in there, and live drums. Although the drums are not quite as punchy or as up front as I thought they might be with the remix. And like I said, the guitars not up front. The bass is mixed in really well, and the keys. Although the keys are very minimal on this album compared to some past albums, I think. So the mix is good, but it's very laid back. It just doesn't have a whole lot of oomph to it, especially the guitars. It doesn't really get any rocking feel at all to this. If you're expecting it to be a rock album, it's just not. It does have a little bit of a uptick in the middle. This is almost like this album has like a curve to it. Starts up mellow, goes up high, rocks for a little bit, and then kind of back down again towards the end. Tracks like Wicked Windows, Hunt by Numbers, and the strangest on your Hot Mango Flush. I wouldn't say it's a bad song, but that one just didn't do anything for me. I didn't understand what it was. It had a little weird flavor to it. El Nino there was kind of a cool song. The next track there, it's probably the heaviest one, I would think, on the album, although it's really not heavy at all. Black Mama's kind of cool. And then he does this weird thing I was talking about earlier. It's Mango Surprise, this little 1-minute interlude. I just thought it was completely unnecessary. It just didn't flow the album for me. Then my favorite song on here was actually one called Bends Like a Willow. That had a cool little guitar. It sounds like a clean electric guitar to me, although it's might have been doubled with an acoustic. I couldn't quite tell. It did have a cool little, melody to it, just the guitar part alone. And of course, with Ian singing over the top of it, he had a little interesting vocal melody over the top of that. I actually liked the way that song flowed. And then Far Alaska was actually a pretty good song. This album kind of got more interesting as it went on. Far Alaska and The Dog Ear Years I thought were pretty good songs. And then it ends with this, the album itself ends with the weakest song, I think, on the back half is called A Gift of Roses. That one sounded like it was recorded like almost separate from all the rest. It had a very different sound. I don't even know how to explain it, like the empty room sound feel to it. I don't know. It was very odd how it ended. Although it was probably the most catchy song. I wouldn't say, I guess I should say it's a weak song. It just sounded a lot different. It actually had the catchiest, most straightforward arrangement and melody of the whole album. So anyway, I don't know. That's my quick little take on the album itself. Thought it was actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I actually rather enjoyed it. Definitely not as, like I said several times now, not as rocking as I thought it would be, but still, now knowing what it is and going back and listening to it a couple times afterwards, I did listen to this one through quite a few times because, quite honestly, the first half of it just wasn't sticking at all. I wasn't remembering anything. After a few listens, it started to grow, and I actually really enjoyed, by the last time I listened through it, I was like, oh yeah, I kind of knew what was coming up and enjoyed it more as it went on. So anyway, that's my quick take on the album itself. As far as the bonus stuff goes, There's this aborted soliloquy, which is a really short 1 minute thing, and then .com acoustic, also like on just under 2 minute, little acoustic version of the song .com from the album. Interesting. I mean, they're nice little short little things. I found the other bonus stuff a little bit more interesting. It All Trickles Down, I thought was a pretty good song. I thought it was better than a few of the other songs that were actually on the album. Recollection number 5 and Pipes were decent. Sad, Sweet, and Stigmata. I know I'm actually forgetting these now. There's a couple of these were just instrumentals, but they are interesting nonetheless. I'd probably have to go back and listen to this one a few more times. I didn't listen to the bonus. It's funny because I usually jump right into the bonus stuff first, which I did not do with this one. Listened to this one through a couple times and found it interesting. I probably will not go back and listen to those. It All Trickles Down was actually a pretty good song. The other ones were just okay. I can see why they probably weren't included on here. But I do like the live stuff they threw on there. There's A Secret Language of Birds, which was kind of funny, the introduction to that. Ian was talking about how cat lovers will like the song. You'll have to hear it to appreciate it fully, but that was kind of funny. And then Hunt by Numbers, .com and AOL. The live versions on here, actually, I thought were way better than the album version as far as energy and just the overall performance of it. It just felt more lively, and I actually enjoyed those better than the album version. I don't know if they ever performed any more of these album or songs live, but I think this is one of those albums that I think maybe if it was just redone, and a lot of bands re-record stuff and redo things like that. I don't think that'll ever happen, but I think this is one of those albums that would benefit from maybe doing that, just because the songs were actually pretty decent. I just think it was produced very weakly. It's just weak, the production overall. Even the remix, I don't think brought the production, the original production to life enough, so to make it, really stand up there with the rest of the Jethro Tull albums. But anyway, I've gone on long enough. That's my quick little take, even though it went on a little bit long on the album. Feel free to share what you think of this album. Give it another listen. If you haven't listened to it in a while, check out the remix before you make your opinion of this album again. I'm glad I did it that way because I actually really enjoyed it doing it that way again. So anyway, until they come out with the next box set, which I'm sure they will, we will see you.